The Bitter Lake neighborhood in northwest Seattle has seen many transformations over the years. A pristine lake frequented by local tribes, a small sawmill, and a once popular amusement park called Playland. In the late 1920s, Leo F. Smith, president of the Washington Amusement Company, and co-investor W.A. Logus decided that the time was ripe for Seattle to have an exciting new amusement park. For its location, they chose the shores of Bitter Lake, and after 7 months of construction, at a cost of $750,000, Playland opened on May 24, 1930, just months after the stock market crash. Amidst an economic depression, the owners urged thrill-seekers to visit a place where they could banish jaded nerves, nagging thoughts and worries, and to apply instead wholesome recreation and relaxation. The most impressive ride at the park was the Dipper, a massive roller coaster that cost $75,000 to build. For the more adventurous, there was the Giant Whirl, with its 85-foot steel chains connecting 30 cars to a giant maypole. Other popular rides included the Phantom, the Fun House, a merry-go-round, a miniature scenic railroad, and more. Visitors loved Playland, but the Washington Amusement Company had sunk so much money into the operation, there was little way to make a return on their investment. They sold the lease to Carl Fair, designer of the park's roller coaster, who then operated Playland with a succession of partners for the next 30 years. Fair had worked at various amusement parks and expositions since he was a child and knew how to attract fun seekers. The entrance fee at Playland was a dime for anyone over 12. Rides were 10 cents each. To entice return visitors, Fair held numerous promotions, including flagpole sitters, dance marathons, and special days for children, for city workers, and for employees of various businesses. In 1933, Playland Stadium opened just east of the park with an oval track for dog racing, but the state quickly stepped in and shut it down for betting. In 1941, the oval was widened to accommodate midget racers, small but high-powered sedans, which proved to be quite popular. Unfortunately, the races were soon put on hiatus due to World War II gas rationing and rubber shortages, but the races returned to an eager audience in 1946. In 1950, the stadium grandstand burned down in a fire. It was rebuilt, but then in 1953, Playland itself was hit by a giant blaze which damaged many of the rides and destroyed the concession building and Fair's office, which contained business records and the archives of the park. The rides were repaired, but the novelty of Playland was beginning to fade. In 1954, Bitter Lake and the surrounding neighborhood was annexed to Seattle, which brought new infrastructure and more homes. By the end of the decade, the park and school boards had acquired most of the land where Playland was located, and the amusement park was officially condemned. At the end of 1961, the last traces of Playland were dismantled to make way for a school, a community center, and a playfield.